Expand your knowledge. And the more knowledge you have, especially as a woman, you will be looked at differently. And people will respect you more because she's a woman of knowledge. And knowledge is the strength for us as a Muslim. What are some, look at, this is again her question. What are some productive ways to spend my free time? Productive. She didn't say fun. SubhanAllah. I always say number one is sports at this age. At 14, let the youth play sports. I mean, alhamdulillah, we live in California, beautiful weather, hiking and swimming for the girls in a girls' setting, bicycling, sports. Play basketball, play football, or play soccer. In general, sports is the best way to spend your time because it will get out the energy, makes you feel good and makes you feel tired and you don't have time for others. I see a lot of the mothers complain, I take them from one practice to the other. I said, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Because if they have a lot of free time and they are on that phone, it can go completely, number one. Number two, reading. Reading is really helpful. And it doesn't have to be something serious. Because the next question is, am I allowed to read romance book? This girl between Allah and romance. So let's come to reading and then I'll comment on this question. Reading is a very good one actually. It really, read anything you like as long as it's within Islamic boundary. Because again, you don't want to read something affect you negatively. I'm not going to say go and read Quran every day, every minute. Definitely make part of the reading is the Quran. Read about, for example, I don't know, if she's California, read about California. Read about when you see mountain in front of you. Read about, expand your knowledge. And the more knowledge you have, especially as a woman, you will be looked at differently. And people will respect you more because she's a woman of knowledge. And knowledge is the strength for us as a Muslim. So reading is another one. Spend time with friends. Person, not texting. Because this texting thing doesn't have the ruh, the spirit of it. Let her go out with her friends. We all spend our time with friends. Free time, productive. For example, somebody was the other day saying, SubhanAllah, they put the pictures. They said, I don't give my children, I think 14, 15, I don't give them very limited time for internet and phone. And then she showed pictures what they do. SubhanAllah, painting some part of the house, doing any creative things. The creativity will be, I remember, at 14, 15, I love to paint, so I used to paint. Something that will make you combine happy and productive. Last but not the least from this girl, there was like about 10 questions. Can I wear makeup on special occasions? See this moment between Allah and between dunya, which is fine. Okay, makeup on special occasions. Makeup to a certain extent. What is this special occasion? Is it women only? Is it mixed? Is it extravagant? Is you gonna attain attention? The answer is no. I'm not gonna say haram or not haram. Why? Because what does Islam usually do? Islam is I call it protective deen. It's a preventive deen. Like in medicine, when we put the masks. Why did we put the masks at COVID? That's protection. Because you don't want to get COVID, and when you get COVID, it's going to be much harder. So this is how Islam. You see, Islam is half of the Quran is protection and prevention. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give zakah. Well, if you steal then the punishment gets severe. So on special occasion, this is what a lot of my friends, when they were there, when I was studying, actually, makeup is beautiful, and we all want to look beautiful. There's nothing wrong with looking beautiful, but till I get to that occasion, where is this makeup? Am I showing my beauty to everybody? You have to all put this. At age 14, I will say yes with limitation, with very much limitation. I'm not going to go out and I am showing completely my beauty. But in general, minimum, I'll put the makeup when I enter, let's say, to the house with my friends, with no pictures or selfie, everything is online. Because now there is the point is invalid. You get to the house, you want to look beautiful, that's fine. Before you leave, you wash. Because that's what Allah said, لا يبدين زينتهن. Meaning, don't show your beauty in public. For your husband, absolutely. In front of your maharam, no problem. But in general, gathering of girls, young girls wants to have fun, sure. But not leaving the house or taking pictures or putting it on. And remember, as a Muslim girl, as a Muslim woman, as us all, we are example, people look at us. So if I do something and said, oh, look, she is doing it, then we are fine. And may Allah make it easy. It's easy said, but these daily things is not easy done. But wallah alladhi allahu You know what I always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I want you all, young and old, when you love something and you know this something is, I wouldn't say not pleasing to Allah, but may end up in not pleasing to Allah. You know what the dua I do to Allah? I said, remove the love of this thing from my heart so I don't have to struggle. So if you love something and you're struggling, don't say, Ya Rabbi, remove it from my heart. So if someone put it in front of me, I don't care anymore. And then staying away from it will become easier. You're too quiet, no question? Fine, no question? Already? طيب. This is a fiqh question, but I'm going to answer it because I get it very frequently. What is the ruling of vaginal discharge in the woman? Does it negate the wudu? And this is very practical. Why? You are at work for 14 hours, right? So, and you are a woman who normally, again, la haya fi deen, you have a lot of vaginal discharge. Well, every time, then I have to, because the question also is negate wudu, and I have to change. Like if I am sitting in 16 hours, or I am in college, or I am in class, or I am in the surgery coming out, I'm not talking about your home. So there is two opinions of it. One of them is the original opinion. And then there is a contemporary opinion based on the knowledge we learned in physiology and in anatomy, actually. Originally, the ruling in fiqh, in every book you will read, is ma yakhruju min as-sabilayn. Anything comes out from the two openings, negate wudu. That's the asl, they say. That's the base. So if I am home, and I have no problem, I go and change and make wudu, then you absolutely follow this. Now the recent, which is actually one of my teachers, she just passed away, may Allah give her Jannat al-Firdaus. She was one of the first one who wrote a book about that. She said medicine showed that there is 3 openings, in fact, there's not 2 openings. Again, for anatomy, meaning, again, la haya fi deen, just to explain, there is an opening where the urine come out, and there is an opening where the stool comes out, and there is an opening where the baby comes out. So in fact, there's 3. The vaginal discharge come from where the baby comes out. The vaginal discharge, if you look at it under the microscope, it's the same discharge that comes from the nose. So when they came to know that, they said, this one is not najis. So if the vaginal discharge comes out, then it does not negate wudu. طيب, how do you combine these two? Because this is how we, in our deen, in fiqh, you don't just say haram or halal right away, unless something is absolutely clear, there is no, which is going to come later on. There's no question about it. So if I am in a situation where I am very comfortable, I can go and change and do my wudu, take the origin. If you are in a state, but don't be loose, Allah knows. If you are in a state where really changing, doing wudu is going to make it very uncomfortable, or let alone it's going to make you miss salah, then you take the next one. Clear? I hope. You're too quiet. I don't know what happened. And if you are outside, you cannot, then you take which means it does not negate wudu. So you can go and do your salah. If you take the first opinion, yes, it's just change, or you wash, or if you have, you change the panty liner, or you wash it. But if you take the second one, the answer is no. The only time there is no different opinion, if the woman has, it's a medical condition, we call it leukorrhea, where she has continuously vaginal discharge, continuous. This is, you see it, in this case, she doesn't have to change, but she's like the person who always bleeds. So she needs to make wudu before every salah. It's the clear vaginal discharge. In the middle of the period usually happens in the middle of the cycle. It's the same gooey stuff as the vaginal discharge.